in either stance, that's a real problem for Canelo because he will just be switching, and you don't know where the shots are coming from, and it's so easy for him to do so. And I think the thing that really made me appreciate him is there's many times where I've seen people try and trade with him and slug it out and...
I don't know if it's reachable for him. If anybody can do it, it's him, and I'm contradicting myself. I just don't see it happening, you know? Could it happen? Yeah, it's boxing.
Terence Crawford is reportedly training with Gennady Golovkin ahead of his fight with Canelo Alvarez, grabbing major attention in the boxing world. The two are said to be working together to sharpen Crawford's power, timing, and overall ring IQ. With Golovkin's guidance, this partnership could give Crawford an extra edge as he prepares for one of the toughest fights of his career. Analysts see Terence Crawford as more than an ordinary fighter. He combines speed, timing, and an exceptional ability to read opponents. Crawford is known for smoothly switching stances and adjusting mid-fight, a skill only a few boxers master. His boxing IQ is often described as genius level because he breaks down opponents with precision. Observers believe his adaptability and awareness make him unique, setting him apart from most fighters today. For many, he is not just great, but amazing in the way he controls fights with intelligence and strategy.
There is anyone who can do it. It's Terence Bud Crawford, a man who survived getting shot in the head, for God's sakes. Like, he is not normal. He is a wizard of boxing. He's got genius IQ, one of the smartest boxers I've ever seen, and he can do it all. He's had over 40 fights. I can't ever remember seeing him, like, shook or worried. I mean, this is, you know, trained killers trying to take his head off, and he never looks out of pocket. He is like a rapper who just turns up and figures out his lines on the fly and still makes it sound like the best song you've ever heard. Like, that's how amazing he is. Like, I've never seen anyone who can fight out both stances the way Crawford can. I mean, he looks so natural in either stance. That's a real problem for Canelo because he will just be switching, and you don't know where the shots are coming from, and it's so easy for him to do so. And I think the thing that really made me appreciate him is there's many times where I've seen people try and trade with him and slug it out, and you know, when they stand in the pocket and they just go for it. And even in those situations where usually both of you are getting hit, he still manages to hit and not get hit. It's like he's in the Matrix. And this isn't against average fighters. This is against the best in the world at 4 different weight classes, and he's made it look easy pretty much every time he's moved up. I think in the Errol Spence fight, that was a fight that was supposed to be 50-50. The pressure was on. A lot of people thought he was going to lose that fight. He made that look like a boxing lesson, and the reason is when Errol Spence would throw a punch and not get out of the pocket quick enough, he would make them pay every single time. And if people are worried about Canelo's feet being slow, if there's anyone who can punish that, it's Terence Bud Crawford. In terms of weaknesses, these guys, they don't really have weaknesses. They've just got things that they maybe not as amazing at. That's the level we're talking here. Canelo has been accused of being a bit of a slow starter, and, you know, that could be a problem in this.
Mikal Fox highlighted a key point in the Crawford versus Canelo fight. The main challenge for Crawford is the weight difference. Facing a naturally bigger and stronger fighter like Canelo presents clear challenges. The size gap allows Canelo to apply physical pressure, making strength exchanges harder for Crawford. Yet Fox emphasized that, aside from this, Crawford holds the edge in nearly every technical area. His footwork creates angles that frustrate aggressive opponents. His jab is sharp, setting up combinations and disrupting rhythm. His elite timing lets him capitalize on even small openings. Most importantly, his ring IQ is among the best in modern boxing. He can adapt mid-fight and switch tactics smoothly. Fox believes these skills make Crawford a tough matchup for Canelo despite the weight gap. If Crawford handles the physicality and doesn't let Canelo dominate with power shots, his talent could shine through, giving him a real chance to outclass and defeat the Mexican star.
I would like to see Bud pull it off. The thing about it is, I think the only disadvantage Bud really has is the weight. I think he has all the skills and attributes that are required to beat a guy like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's kind of flat-footed. You've seen the fights with Bivol and Laura and even School, who didn't do much, but you see that movement irritates Canelo. You know what I'm saying? When dudes that know how to control the range and stuff like that, he didn't look like the world beater. You know what I mean? The motherfucker that sat in front of him, them dudes that sat in front of him, we see what he did with him. You know what I mean? But guys like Bivol, who was bigger, but he bouncing in and out. Laura, motherfucking landing counter lefts, and he's circling out, and that shit was fucking with Canelo. Floyd, you know, it probably killed Canelo that Floyd was always only an inch away.
Yep.
Just a little step back, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, God damn, I feel like I missed by a mile.
That's
so,
crazy because he didn't use no movement.
Right.
He stood in the pocket on it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Triple G was. You said G? Triple G?
No. I said Floyd didn't use no movement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. He was always where he needed to be in the ring. He was always where he needed to be in the ring. I'm in there to land, then I'm just right here. In there to land, but now I'm right here. It just Floyd was a bad motherfucker, Joe. Like that's what we never gotta understand. Floyd was a bad motherfucker. But the movement, having good feet under you, helps against Canelo.
New training photos of Terence Crawford showed him in peak physical condition with a sharp, muscular build. Fans reacted with curiosity and some skepticism, questioning whether the images were real or edited. Some wondered if the visuals were exaggerated to intimidate Canelo Alvarez before the fight. Crawford has always been disciplined in training, but these changes sparked discussion. This shows how closely fans and commentators watch every detail, especially in a high-profile fight of this magnitude.
Shredded wheat and amazing is this photo photoshopped, because this photo that Ilia Topuria posted of Terence Bud Crawford is the latest photo we've seen, and he looks just less impressive in this photo. Well, the question is really, when were the photos taken? All right, so when you look at this photo and you look at this photo and look at this video of Terence Crawford with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh as Terence Crawford is working out, supposedly just yesterday, right? Which one is Terence Crawford's latest appearance? Because even though this is the latest photo you've seen, doesn't mean this is when the photo was taken. The only reason why people are confused is because this latest photo seems to have been taken in Vegas. And we're approaching fight week and Terence Crawford is already in Vegas. Hence the video with him with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh in Vegas. Now, let me explain all of this. Well, first you gotta look at the hairstyles, right? Terence Crawford in this photo from Ilia Topuria, his hairstyle is totally different than this hairstyle here with Terence Crawford shredded wheat. It is also different than his hairstyle that he has here in the gym with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. You can tell because you can tell how the hair braid, like how it's parted in this photo, and in this photo, they're more parted down the middle, where this video, it's slanted, it's in like a diagonal slant, which I'm thinking is...
Adam Smith explained why he favors Crawford over Canelo, focusing on timing as a key factor. He noted that boxing is about skill, but also about meeting opponents at the right or wrong moment. Canelo has faced years of tough fights, which has taken a toll. While still highly skilled, Smith feels Canelo's speed, explosiveness, and sharpness are not what they once were. Crawford, on the other hand, is at the peak of his career, undefeated, motivated, and full of energy. Smith suggests this perfect alignment of form and ambition gives Crawford an advantage. Timing, he says, favors Crawford, making this the ideal moment for him to win and cement his legacy.
Vegas to see, I think Terence Crawford beats Canelo, and I think that it's going to be his coming out party. I'd love to be there, and Canelo, of course, an all-time great. Yeah, but listen, I love Ireland, and I'm pleased to be in Belfast with the zone for Crawford and Golovkin. There's something about an all-Irish fight which is fantastic, and it was great and controversial first time around. It's even bigger now, so yeah, let's chat over there and get on with it.
Just a quick one on Canelo Crawford. I heard you pick Crawford, you just said it there. How much of that is down to timing and how much of that is down to styles?
A bit of both. I think Canelo is approaching 70 fights. He's been beaten before. Crawford remains undefeated. I think that the jump up is big, but I think he's got the speed, the IQ, the experience, the know-how to be able to handle it. If he's switched on for every minute of every round, I think he wins, and I think he announces himself to the world on Netflix. And I think he deserves it. I think Terence Crawford's only been really known to the trade fans. Canelo, obviously, you know, a bigger name, bigger star, and look, I fancy Crawford in this fight. Look, nothing against Canelo. Maybe it's a little bit of time in the skull fight. I don't know, but there's plenty that fancy Canelo. Be too big, too strong, too good. It's Crawford for me.
On TalkSport Boxing, the debate over Canelo versus Crawford became intense. Some commentators argued that if Crawford loses badly, he may not return to the top level. Opinions were split. Some felt Canelo's size and pressure could overwhelm Crawford, while others believed Crawford's skill and intelligence could exploit Canelo's weaknesses. The discussion showed how high the stakes are, with predictions that defeat could end Crawford's participation in major fights. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next update.